Hello and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. Parvati is looking particularly buff and powerful in her new armor, and we are heading out to do the main quest. I know, it's shocking. So we're doing now, comes now the power. So we need to deliver Reed's message to Adelaide. What's that? Yeah, Adelaide. And basically the message says, hey, give up. Come back to town, and all will be forgiven. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's not run over the graves. I've kind of made that my policy not to run over the graves, so we might as well be consistent. Also, can I just mention how creepy it is for a town design? The first thing you see as you walk into town is the graves of their dead. It sets a certain tone as you walk in. You would think perhaps this large empty area there might be... There's a mausoleum. Ooh. It's locked. By locked, I mean the door doesn't exist. Those are the fancy tombs. Okay. But yeah, you think like over here might be a better spot for them, slightly out to the side, potentially. Ooh, what's this building? Ah, thought we'd explored everywhere last time, but we've got this little area I didn't even look at. Thought I heard something, but I guess not. Right, open this one. Ooh. This is Loot City. More mag picks as well, so we can do more lot picking. Nice. Grab all of that. In here. Yep, just general loot, but that's okay. This side? This is a...
We can handle this.
Oh.
Down they go!
Why are they hostile?
Got 'em
They're usually
all.
so friendly. The rabbit sprats. Okay. Well, that's fine. Vendor. That's... Oh, I can sell my junk here now if I want to. Cool. I didn't realize it had the jingle before. It's good. What's up with this? Okay, unlock second story balcony door. Messages. To R. Thompson, the leader of the Basis Choice community. Hey boss, just want to check up on the new Saltuna Light project. I've been brainstorming some new taglines for the product line. I think some of them will really catch our customers' attention. Dear Lawrence, I appreciate your hard work on behalf of our beloved brand of Saltuna. I've received a response from corporate. They're not interested in your idea of a light version of Saltuna brand, because we'd rather not compete with ourselves. I appreciate... Well, sorry, wrong sentence. But they are interested in the idea of a lighter Saltuna. Effective immediately, we've been instructed to use heavier weighted cans so we can pack them with less Saltuna, hereby saving bits to every can. This is exactly the kind of breakthrough our cannery needs. In fact, our logistics department has confirmed my request to have you transferred from marketing division to the cannery. Can you imagine, Lawrence? You'll be rubbing elbows with your fellow workers on the canning line, filling each slightly heavier can with slightly less Saltuna, hour after hour, day after day. This is a great and tremendous honour for you and me. Effective immediately, your position in our marketing department has been terminated. I expect you to report to our foreman tomorrow morning. Your uniform will be deducted from your pay. Welcome. What a lovely thing for him to get. Well, just a great message. Ideas for Saltuna light taglines. Melts on your fork, not in your mouth. Less fat, with some Saltuna flavour. It's brine time. Now, with the satisfying crunch of cartilage. You can't spell Saltuna without salt. Note, you also can't spell Saltuna with ants. Potential to market towards families? Leading scientists say, it's still food. The Saltuna will thank you. Warning, may actually cause auditory hallucinations. We'll add more later. Alright. It seems like if you had a job in marketing here, your best bet is to just stay absolutely quiet and not talk to anyone. That would seem like the best way to avoid going into work at the cannery. Which seems to be, well, obviously a punishment, I would guess. Just judging by how people see it. Right. Nothing in there. This side? Why have the staircase? Okay, weird. Have I been to this one as well? I think I've been to this one. Nope. There's two of them there. Let's have a look around this side. See if we've got another way in. Shoot him. This guy stands up, gives us a headshot. Oh! No longer has a head. Okay. Could have just shot this and done the same thing, but... Okay. Crazy. Anything in these buildings? Nope. All closed. Cool. That has to be the community center up there, and we've definitely been to the community center. There was a locked door up one of these. Was it up there? I think it was up one of these ones. Yeah, it was up there. Now, we couldn't unlock it last time, but we may be able to unlock it this time. Ah, we need one more mag pick. We needed 5 more last time we were there, so that's fine. We may come back if I can remember it. Right. Ooh, a ship's coming in. That's very low. It looks like it's landing somewhere. Just because the door is locked? I think we were here last time. Locked. Okay, so need the same amount. So I know we need at least, well, 5 more lockpicks, basically. So this, I think, is where we need to go. Yeah, this is where we need to go. The botanical lab. I can put it that way now.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Hello.
I don't know you. Whatever
don't
you're
know
looking
you.
for, it ain't here. Move along.
What's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
Who's been wandering out of your camp?
Got anything in you besides questions? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Upbeat, a little strange, loves Rizzos. Yeah, I met Zoe. She was in a marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, marauder camp? Is she alright?
Yeah, she's fine. They were getting along.
Getting along? What? Sitting around a campfire telling stories? If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
Okay. I've got questions about Zoe.
I'll tell you what I can.
How well do you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
You seem so personable. I can't imagine how you didn't get on with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Alright.
What is it?
Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Alright, see ya. Okay, time to go, well, I was going to say rescue Zoe, but we've kind of already rescued her. Time to convince her to come back. Right. It was nice that it recognized that we'd already spoken to her, though. Even if it didn't give us the option to just say, done this quest. But I'm guessing that was why she had more, like, it was a bit where you could have asked her something else, but we had nothing to say. Just because there was a quest for it. That's an open canister. There are mines on the road. But just remember that. Okay, well. Once this wears off, we'll be good. Hey Zoe, what's up? Oh, I'm still dazed, I guess. I can't speak to people while I'm dazed. There we go. Hello.
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I can't imagine you're happy out here. Food's awful, company worse, and no serial dramas.
And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Cool, see ya. Right, so we've cleared out that one. Ooh. Yeah, we'll have that. That was a flower. Yeah, okay. Wasn't an open container, but also wasn't anything. It was just scenery. We'll head all the way back over to Grace. They could probably shout, and you might possibly be able to hear each other here. Yeah. Okay. But we'll talk between them. I figure out what that was. Some kind of radio tower, I guess. Okay. Right. Hey Grace, what's going on? Oh, she's chilled. Good.
What is it?
I talked Zoe into coming back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
Something about wanting to be an outlaw. I'd rather not get into it.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Okay. How much did we get paid? That's a lot of XP, but how much did we get paid? Waiting. Deserters' reputation increased. Okay, and I'm waiting for the important bit. Deserters are now agreeable. Yep. And a bolter pistol. Was that it? That was our payment, was one pistol. Alright, well, there you go. I guess they're not rich, so I can't really be mad, but, you know, doesn't mean I'm not mad. We're at 40% opinion already. I'd assume it was just on autopilot there. I didn't mean to steal. Oh, well, I'm here. I'd assume that the opinion will get quicker here because there'll probably be less quests, would be my guess. We'll see, though. Hello, are you a shop?
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
What are you selling?
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Okay, well, I'll sell my junk to you. Ooh, is that Fiverr? A Spacer's Choice revolver that was customized by a weaponsmith to use heavy Vulcan ammo. Only 5 rounds fit the chamber, but they hit like an asteroid. Ooh. Okay. That looks quite nice. Also, the beanie. Very cool. Right. Anything in here? Tempted to buy that gun, but I don't really know what we do with it. Is this stealing? This is all stealing. I don't want to steal. Right. Around the back here. Is this stealing? Would be. But okay, that's fine. There's where Adelaide is. We'll walk around the town first and then we'll speak to Adelaide. Oh, hey Zoe. Zoe's journal, page 12. So that's it then. No more Edgewater for me. No more cannery, no more jumpsuits and gloves. Yes, madams, and would you like another's? I don't know why I'm writing this down for posterity's sake, because I've always hated the cannery and I don't think I'll ever have to look back to this journal many years hence and tell myself, oh wow, did I hate the veil once, didn't I? I did hate the veil once, didn't I? Just because I got sick. Everyone gets sick. Well, okay, I got sick then grabbed a little too much Adrena time. Is that really a crime? I gotta treat myself when I'm sick, don't I? Whatever happened to personal responsibility and survival by one's own bootstraps? Oh, but you misappropriated 1 box of Adrena time and suddenly you're committing larceny. Hello.
Hey.
Hey. That's it. Just hey. Could sleep in her bed if we wanted to. Journal page 22. Well, today's the day, Zoe. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. I've been listening to Grace talk about the Marauder threat. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out on the hills, warming themselves by the fire of barrel fires, probably mounted the heads of their enemies on spikes as a warning to folks like me. Living a life of comfort and ease, free of any rules. Bet they could take the whole region if they were organised. I've been tucking away some of Adelaide's food, and I've got some spare cans of salt tuna. Could last me a couple of weeks if I ration. Got some Adrena time too. Everybody loves Adrena time, even Marauders, right? I got odds these Marauders will let me throw in with them if I dangle a couple of syringes of Adrena time before their eyes. This is gonna be great. Look out, Terra 2, Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. I'm gonna have a whole gang of Marauders at my beck and call. Maybe I can even score some Rizzles. Okay, I guess maybe if you hadn't already found her, you could have explored her room. And you would have found potentially what might have happened to her and then got a clue about where to go. Maybe. But we didn't do that. The temptation to steal is pretty high, in fact. So high I'm going to do it. But, you know, don't tell anyone. In here? Yeah, we'll have that. Doesn't appear to be any punishment whatsoever for stealing, so... yeah, have that. Good. Like, they don't even notice it's stolen goods or anything. Ooh. Cool looking greenhouse. Yeah, we'll have that as well. Ooh, a computer. Personal files. Hack. Password Silent Spring. Password accepted. Welcome A. McDevitt. First entry. May the eternal flame bless my first endeavour. It's been 2 days since I walked away from a life at the Edgewater Cannery. Fortuitously, the old botanical labs are still operational. Mostly. The soil's sour. I'll do what I can, but I'm going to need some powerful fertilizer. Tired of having to taste of salt tuna lingering on my tongue day in, day out. I want something fresh, something that grows out of the earth. We found another worker from Edgewater. Ex-worker now. Desertion rates must be climbing. I'm not terribly surprised. Reed's style of management has always been tyrannical. I imagine an exodus is brewing. At any rate, the worker was in a sorry state. Fever, shallow breathing, delirious, must have been plagued. I set him right with a diet of greens. It was all better in a couple of weeks. Physically, spiritually, he's one of our flock now. Oh, is it just something like scurvy that these people have? Experimental notes. First entry. I'm hereby repurposing this botanical lab from its original conception as a gear in the soulless automation of the corporate machine. This greenhouse may look impressive, but like all Spacer's Choice products, it's cheap and unreliable. I shall have to make some repairs with my own two hands. This place shall become a nursery. Before it was abandoned, I understand the horticulturalists failed to produce a single viable crop. Something about the soil being too poor. I'm determined to find a way. May the Eternal smile upon my endeavours. Flora are living things, as sensitive to their environment as any breathing, thinking body. I contend that the crops in this region failed because the corporate scientists tending them are cold, heartless, inhumane people acting on behalf of a sterile and inhumane power. One cannot expect your crops to flush with green and reach for the sky under these conditions. The soil is sour, it's true. I don't know quite how to explain that. I'm sure the scienticians will say something about biology or the carbon cycle. But I can conclude after months of my own experimentation that the secret to a rich and wholesome garden is love, attention, compassion, and a natural fertilizer bursting with organic materials, just as nature intended. Okay, so she's kind of revitalizing things with, with plants. That's cool. We'll speak to her in a second.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
Well, she quite likes it. Good. Oh, hello. Yes, deserter.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
Cool. Over here? Hello.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Yep. Didn't want to break into your house. What are you talking about? What have we got up here? Another way in.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
I don't really need to steal things from these people. I mean, I don't really need to steal things at all. I'm kind of good in supplies forever, I think, but... yeah. We'll see. This way? Still nothing? Okay.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
This one or someone else? I guess this guy's Thomas? Where's that Tom? There's Thomas. Okay. I'll speak to him in a second. Yeah, we'll have that. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, what's up here? Another house. Another house. Have I already... No, I haven't already been here. Okay. Another house. Yep,
Okay,
we're
calm,
good.
quiet.
Right, let's go speak to Thomas. Hey, Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
I'm passing through.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
Never too late to start learning. I could give you a couple of pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Well, I have 2 of them. Today's your lucky day, Thomas. I got one of those data pads you wanted.
No kidding! Really? Well, which one?
Part 1. Found it in the community center archives.
Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
Nice. I got more for you.
Well, don't keep me in suspense.
Part 2. Found it in the cannery.
Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment.
I'll let you know if I find any others.
Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
Alright, I want to ask you something.
What's on your mind?
How long have you lived here?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
What were you doing out in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
I should go. Yeah. Okay. So we need to find another one of those guides. Does it tell us where it is? Parvati mentioned her father reading one. You found mention that He took one into the cannery and left it in an unused office. Okay, if I check the map, do we have another place for that? Wait, there's no objective on that one? Okay, so that is a go and find it kind of quest. Got it. That's fine. We'll have that as our main quest for just now. Maybe it's in the geothermal plant? That's possible. Yeah, let's not break in there. Could also be in one of those rooms we couldn't unlock, like one of those houses. Locked room at the cannery. That's the clue. I heard it, tried to avoid it, ran into the second one. Good. Wonderful. Well, we'll hobble back to Adelaide. I think we've explored the town now. Much that there is of it. Ooh. A mock apple. Another mock apple. Another mock apple. Hello. You're a deserter. Okay. Can't pick the ones that are still in the trees, huh? That's fine. Hello. These would be stealing. There's a lot of mock apples. We probably don't need 23 mock apples. Hey Adelaide, what's up? Ooh. Am I hidden? I needed that. Okay. Hello.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Is this your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Okay. Looks like you made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Let's go for the second one. I think the first one's a little bit too aggressive. Yeah. Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip 'em out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Let's see. What do you have against people trying to make a living?
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
Okay. Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Yeah, well, I know that the cannery isn't that good, but is it better to destabilize their entire, way of life? I mean, for those people, sure, it's fine, but there are some people in town who are quite happy just living the way that they're living. It would seem wrong to then force them to live out. I guess they wouldn't have to. Well, I guess they would have to leave town because there'd be no power. Yeah, I was thinking they could stay in town, but not have the cannery. But no, there would just be no power, so they'd have to go and live at the greenhouse. They'd have to leave their houses. I don't know. It's quite a. It's an interesting question, because my natural assumption would be that if you were to go for the good and the evil choice, corporations bad would be your first thought. Like, that's generally the message I'm imagining this game is going to go down. But, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder if it's got shades of grey or whether it is just going to be black and white. I suspect it's going to be black and white, but we'll see. If we go over here. Ooh, more of that. I deliberately haven't used my mag picks, by the way, because I want to use them... I want to make sure there's nothing in town to use them on, basically. We'll see. We were told there was something in a locked room in the cannery, according to the quest log, so let's have a look. Let's go and find a locked room in the cannery. If I look to this one? Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So we came in here. This was a locked room in the cannery. Just checking it's not in here. Let me double check that journal entry. In an unused office. Oh. I think we already found that. Yeah, I'm almost certain we already found that one. But there were 3 volumes. That's why I'm intrigued about where it could be. I don't think it's going to be down here, but we'll just have a look. I'm sure we already got the one in the cannery. What about this? What's this one? Ooh, okay. Help yourself to a refreshing tin of Spacer's Chaw while you wait. That should be Chew, I think? Or is it Chaw? I think it was Chew. Anyway, power source. Spacer's Choice electrical transformer. Transformer status responsive. Power regulator responsive. Let's query the geothermal facility. The Emerald Vale region is powered by the Spacer's Choice geothermal facility. Spacer's Choice is proud to bring the colonists of Halcyon moderately innovative technology at a reasonable price. Bezos' choice, the best you can afford. Okay, so we could get rid of the power regulator there if we wanted to, but we don't pick it up without disengaging it or you'll shock yourself. We were told that earlier. Right, I don't see a book here. So I think I already picked up the book that was in this area, unfortunately. Yeah. So if I already picked up the book that was in this area... I don't need to steal those. Ooh. Yeah, I don't need to steal those either. If I already picked up the book that's in this area, where would the book be? We could be in town. That's definitely somewhere it could be. As in outside of town, as in the old town. Where else could it be? Can I ask, Parvati?
Something you need?
Yeah. Thomas seemed very fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Are you sure he nearly fell over when he saw you?
He never told me a word to that effect. And since he didn't, I didn't have to say nothing about feeling different. And nothing had to get weird. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him.
I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
We had this one before? I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family.
Yeah, we've had this.
She worked in the Veil of... Her contracts...
Yeah, we've had this before. Yeah, that's fine. You mentioned something earlier I want to ask you about?
In the bar? When I asked if you were a drinker?
You sounded worried.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I don't make a habit of imbibing.
It's not like I think it a failing, mind. It's just I live right across the road. Most nights I watch folks out my window. When they come in here, they might be happy or sad. Mostly they're tired. When they leave, they're mad at themselves. Or they stumble into the alley and I listen to their hearts breaking.
You're very sensitive, aren't you?
Am I? Well, it's just normal to me. Why isn't everybody else, I wonder?
Let's get back to it. Okay. I was trying to think where it could be. It could be in the geothermal plant. I do want to speak to Reed. We'll head up here. It could be in the geothermal plant, I guess. That would make sense. It's kind of the only area we haven't fully explored, and it's kind of large. I think if it was in the town, it wouldn't be so near the community center. Hey, Reed.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider.
Take care. Okay. Requires Reed's key to unlock. Interesting. Let's go region. So I want to go to the geothermal plant. So let's go to the community center and then head over to it. Right? I think that's our only quest. Unless I'm missing something. That is our only quest. Yeah, because we got Die Robot, which is also in the community center. This way. Okay. Right. Well, not community center, the geothermal plant. Oh, I wonder what the billboard says. The billboard says... From the planet to your living room. Oh, okay. That's not very exciting. Well, with that, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.